Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have an HP laptop. This one is an HP 15gw0031, and in this video I'm gonna go over how you can open it up and how you can clean service the CPU, the heatsink, and the fan. You can clean it up. You should be doing your cleaning once every year and a half, depending how often you use the laptop. By servicing your laptop, you're not going to change any configuration or anything in the laptop. It's totally safe. And for repasting and cleaning, this is just a service job. It's not a benchmark. People say, what were temperatures before or after? This is not a comparison. This is just pretty much take your car. For example, you want to go for a regular oil change, and this is what it is. I could have a high temperature because my fan could be clogged up with dust and stuff. My thermal paste could have been really dried up. So it doesn't matter what's the reason, but you do want to clean it up. All right. This applies for any HP 15GW series, so it doesn't have to be specifically 0031. It can be any GW series. So first thing first, you want to power it off, flip it upside down, make sure you power off. Now I'm going to go over the tools that I'll be using. Tool number one is a good screwdriver set. I'll recommend you the iFixit screwdriver set, as they have one of the best bits out there. You're going to be using a Phillips number one from this tool set. If you get the Pro set, they will include you with an opening tools and some tweezers. If not, grab yourself for opening tool a guitar pick. A metallic guitar picks are suitable to opening cases and covers. A curved or straight tweezers. You need a spatula, plastic one or the wood one, whatever you want. Important one, it's an alcohol, 99%, 98% isopropylic or isopropylic alcohol. A workshop towel. I always say use a workshop towel, don't use any microfiber towels or anything like that. There is a reason for it. Because the CPUs and GPUs on the laptop, they have a little capacitors around them, and when you want to clean them with a microfiber, you can tangle them around with the microfiber stuff, and it can damage the capacitors. But when you use an alcohol on a workshop towel and you want to clean it, this towel will rip apart really easily and will prevent the damage on the motherboard. So that's why I always recommend to use this one. And the most important one is a thermal paste. Now, you can go with a thermal paste you like. I'll go with the Arctic MX4. You can go with a better one with an Arctic MX6. You can go with a Noctua. But if you want to go overboard, you can go with Thermal Grizzly Extreme or Thermal Grizzly thermal paste, which are really good, but I'll say it's overkill. You don't need to. I'll go with Thermal MX4. Again, I'll leave the links for a few good ones. All right, with this on hand, let's get it started. First thing first, down here, we're going to see that there's two screws in front. We're going to remove these two. These are short, black-headed screws. So go ahead and remove them and keep them in one pile. Now, we're going to grab the opening tool and we're going to remove the rubber feet right on the bottom. To remove it, stick the opening tool all the way underneath and just scoop it up, bring it up, and just in 45-degree angle. Don't go in 90, otherwise you're going to break the rubber. Like this, and bring it up. And stick it right beside it so it doesn't grab any dust. If yours is not sticky, grab a double-sided tape. Don't put super glue or anything like that. Now we're going to remove all the screws, including one in the front one. Keep them, all the screws are the same size and height, so don't worry about mismatching them. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you find my videos helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking that like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. It helps and motivates me to make more videos, take requests, and answer your questions in the comment areas. Okay, now that we removed the screws down here, you're going to grab the opening tool. We are going to only stick about 2 or 3 millimeters of the opening tool or the guitar pick under the bottom cover and the palm rest, just like that. And what you want to do, you just want to rotate like that, and you want to hear those big click sounds. That's what you want to hear, those are the clips are getting loose. Sometimes those clips can break, so don't panic. Depending the age of the plastic, how old is your laptop. And those tiny clips, if they break, don't worry. The screws are going to do the job by holding the cover in place, not the clips. So don't panic about that. So remove everything up to side, front. Once you remove those, close up the screen, grab it from the bottom, wiggle it around a little bit, and it will release the bottom cover. Take it outside, use that towel, wash it up, put it for drying. This is just plastic. There's nothing in here. Just clean it up. Use an old or new toothbrush. That's a good to have, so you can use that toothbrush. This one is pretty clean, but it's just not repasted. All right. Now, first thing first, before we do any servicing, we're going to disconnect the battery. To disconnect the battery, we're going to remove a few screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 screws we got to disconnect from here. So disconnect these 4 screws. Make sure you don't drop anything on the motherboard. No screws, or don't slip with your screwdriver right in there. These are tiny screws. Now you want to grab it by the battery right in here. And then you want to bring it up, pull it up. And then release. There's your battery. It's kind of dusty too. Clean it up. Now down here we have the heatsink, the fan. To remove the fan, we need to remove this bridge cable for the USB ports right in here. You want to lift up this black cover 90 degree upward with your nail, like that, or you can put plastic, just flip it up and slide back the flex cable. Same thing here. Use your nail 90 degree, slide it back out, right there. Now we need to remove 1 screw for the fan right there. You want to grab the fan from here. Don't yank it too up. You want to bring it up straight up, because the tiny plastic metal that goes into a plastic by the fan, bring it upward. Be careful with the fan connector. Do not pull on the cables on the fan connector. Put your tweezers on the side of the connector right there, and then just slide it back towards the fan, and it will disconnect. So that's what I do. I just slide them. It's not focusing. Focus. There. Put it right there and just slide it backward, so you don't cause any tension on the cables. You can take this fan outside and just use a toothbrush to just clean it and blow some air through here, so it's nicely cleaned, right? Now for the heatsink, we need to remove 1, 2, 3, 4 screws on the heatsink. All right, we're gonna grab the heatsink from here. Don't grab it from here, otherwise the thermal paste really dries up and you can bend the tubing by lifting up from there. Grab it from here and wiggle it around a little bit and then lift it up. And there we have the old thermal paste. Now what you want to do here is to grab a little bit of the workshop towel, soak it in an alcohol, and you want to wipe over the CPU die. Go in a circular motion, so you wipe. This thermal paste is not conductive, so don't worry about it. So keep wiping like that, and you can see that the towel is just ripping apart, but it's not damaging the components around the CPU. All right, so you're gonna grab it, put your fingers at the back here, and just wipe it. Do not cause any tension on the neck of the heat pipe, otherwise you're gonna bend it and you can shorten the motherboard. Just grab it from here and just make sure nice and clean. So next, what you want to do, you want to grab 1 drop of the thermal paste. Be generous. Put it right in there. And you want to grab the heatsink, bring it down, and keep it in there. Now you want to screw it down following the numbers. It says 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter which number you start as long as you cross screw them. So I can go 2, 2, 1, 3, 4. Doesn't matter, because as long as you cross screw them, you're fine. Don't go counterclockwise or clockwise. Otherwise, you're not going to spread the thermal paste evenly. All right, now that we have the heatsink in place, we are going to place the fan in there. Make sure the fan connector goes underneath. Before I put it all the way in, I'm going to align the connector in front of the jack. And I'm going to push it right in there all the way inside the connector. And then I'm going to slide and make sure this metal goes right underneath here. And the screw holes for this corner matches. Grab the tiny screw for the fan. Put it right on top. Grab the flex cable. Make sure the lock is open 90 degree. Slide it gently all the way in. Close it down. Same thing on this side. Make sure it goes all the way evenly, not sideways. Inside, close it down. Grab the battery. For the battery, you want to put this corner here, but there's a tiny pin, and there's a pinhole right in here. Put it right in there, so it just aligns it. Make sure the screw hole here matches, and then you want to let go. Drop it right down the connector and push it down gently right in there. Place the 4 screws for the battery, 2 on the beside the connector and 1 on each corner on the bottom corners. Just remember, when you power on the laptop, it might take 5 to 10 seconds for it to boot, and it might give you a text saying that the CMOS configuration was reset to default. That's normal. That's because once you remove the battery, the BIOS will reset to default. When I remove the fan, I see this cable, the Wi-Fi is really out of the place. So I'm going to stick this one, make sure it goes right under this hinge right there in the corner, so it doesn't come over. Otherwise, the cover is not going to close. Right? Once you're done with that one, you have cleaned up the cover on the bottom. Battery is in connected, everything is ready. Grab the bottom cover, bring it over, push the corner, make sure those click sounds, the back, click sounds, side, nicely. I'm working on a flat surface so I can press so I don't damage the screen. Now, if you open it up and you see any gaps opening in here like this, you can just grab it and pinch them together, and it will go to its place all the way to the back corner. Now, to finish it off, is just put the 2 black screws right on the front and the chrome screws right under the rubber cover. I hope you guys liked this video and helped you guys out to do your own servicing for USB 15GW series. If you have any question or request, feel free to leave them in a video comment, or try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Just gonna finish up putting up the bottom screws.